The night I found a second toothbrush in my boyfriend's apartment. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just smiled. Because in that moment, I realized something very simple. If he was going to lie to me, I was going to make sure he regretted it. My name is Olivia, and for 3 years, I thought I was in a relationship that was heading somewhere real. My boyfriend Jason was the kind of man people trusted instantly. Confident, funny, always knew the right thing to say. He had this effortless charm that made you feel like you were the only person in the room. And for a long time, I believed that I was. We didn't live together, but I basically stayed at his apartment most nights. Now, I had my own drawer, my own charger, even my favorite mug in his kitchen. It felt like we were slowly building something permanent. At least, that's what I thought. The first crack appeared in the smallest way. One night, I showed up at his place earlier than usual. He had given me a key months ago, so I didn't think twice about letting myself in. The apartment was quiet. Too quiet. "Jason?" I called out. No answer. I walked into the bedroom. The bed was made perfectly, which was strange because Jason never made the bed. Ever. I shrugged it off. Maybe he was trying to be productive. Maybe he had company earlier. That thought lingered a little too long, but I pushed it away until I went into the bathroom. That's when I saw it. A toothbrush. Not mine, not his. A soft pink toothbrush sitting neatly next to his. For a few seconds, I just stared at it, trying to convince myself there was a logical explanation. A guest, a cousin, something innocent. But deep down, I already knew, because there was something else. A faint scent. Perfume, not mine. Not anything I owned. Something sweet. Something unfamiliar. And suddenly, everything clicked. The late nights. The work meetings. And the way he sometimes took his phone into another room. I didn't cry. I didn't call him. I didn't even move. I just stood there, staring at that toothbrush. And then I did something unexpected. I picked it up and put it back exactly where it was. Then I walked out of the apartment, locked the door, and went home. That night, Jason texted me like nothing was wrong. "Hey babe, miss you. I'll see you tomorrow?" I replied with a simple, "Of course," because I wasn't going to confront him. Not yet. If he was going to lie, I wanted to see how far he would take it. Over the next week, I watched him more closely than ever. Every message, every excuse, every small inconsistency. And it didn't take long to confirm what I already suspected. There was someone else. Her name was Rachel. I found out through the most cliché way possible. His phone, he left it on the kitchen counter while he was in the shower. A message popped up. "Can't wait to see you tonight." My stomach didn't even drop, because by then, I was past shock. I opened the conversation, and there it was. Weeks of messages, plans, jokes, photos, everything. He wasn't just cheating. He was building another relationship, a second life. And the worst part? He talked about wanting me, casually, like I was just a detail. Olivia's busy this weekend. Olivia thinks I'm working late. Reading that hurt more than the cheating itself. Because it meant I wasn't even a priority. I was just convenient. That's when I decided. I wasn't going to walk away quietly. I was going to make sure he understood exactly what he had done, but not with yelling, not with drama, with something much worse. Control. Step 1 was simple. I acted normal, completely normal. If anything, I was even nicer than usual, more affectionate, more understanding. Jason had no idea. In fact, he seemed relieved, like whatever guilt he might have had was slowly disappearing. That was perfect. Because I needed him comfortable. I needed him careless. Step 2 was getting closer to Rachel, which surprisingly wasn't hard. Jason had posted a photo of them together on a private account I didn't know about, but once I found it, everything fell into place. Rachel wasn't some random girl. She worked at the same company as Jason. Different department, but close enough. I created a new Instagram account, followed her, started interacting casually. A few likes, a few comments. Nothing suspicious. And within a week, she followed me back. From there, it was easy. We started talking. At first about random things, work, life, relationships. And slowly, I guided the conversation. One night I asked, "Are you seeing anyone?" She replied, "Yeah, it's complicated." I smiled at my phone. Complicated how? She hesitated, then said, "He says he's single, but sometimes I feel like he's hiding something." My heart didn't even react, because now I wasn't the victim anymore. I was in control. I replied, "You deserve someone honest." She agreed, and just like that, the seed was planted. Over the next few days, I got closer to her, built trust. And then I made my move. I invited her out for coffee. She agreed. When we met, she had no idea who I was. We sat across from each other, talking like friends. And then at the perfect moment, I said, "Can I ask you something?" She nodded. "Does your boyfriend's name happen to be Jason?" The color drained from her face. "How do you know that?" I took a slow breath, then said, "Because he's my boyfriend too." The silence that followed was almost surreal. She stared at me, trying to process what I had just said. "That's not possible," she whispered. I pulled out my phone, showed her photos, messages, proof, everything. And in that moment, her expression changed from confusion to anger to something else, something dangerous. "What do we do?" she asked. I leaned back and smiled. "We make him regret it." The plan was simple, but perfect. A week later, Jason invited both of us to the same place. Without realizing it, he had planned a dinner with Rachel, told me he was working late. But this time, I was ready. Rachel and I coordinated everything. Same restaurant, same time. When Jason walked in and saw both of us sitting at the table, his face went completely pale. For a moment, he couldn't even speak. "Olivia, what are you doing here?" he stammered. I tilted my head. "I could ask you the same thing." Rachel crossed her arms. "You said you were single." The room felt like it was closing in around him. "I can explain," he said quickly. But I cut him off. "No, you can't." Then I leaned forward slightly and said something he would never forget. "You didn't just cheat on me. You underestimated me." Rachel stood up. "So did you." And just like that, we both walked out, leaving him there, alone. The fallout was immediate. Jason tried calling, texting, apologizing, but it was too late. Because we didn't give him the chance, Rachel exposed him at work. Not in a dramatic way, just enough. Enough for people to know. Enough for his reputation to take a hit. And me, I blocked him everywhere. Not out of anger, but because I was done. Completely. A few weeks later, Rachel and I met again. Not as victims, but as two people who had taken back control. We laughed about it, which felt strange, because just weeks before, we were both part of the same lie. And now, we were free from it. Sometimes people think revenge has to be loud, messy, emotional. But the truth is, the best kind of revenge is quiet, calculated, and final. Jason didn't lose us because we left. He lost us the moment he thought we'd never find out. And that's something he'll have to live with. Not us.